Welcome to South Eveleigh, Mirvac's newest flagship project. South Eveleigh comprises of 9 buildings across 14 hectares and will be home to 18,000 people once complete. When Mirvac acquired South Eveleigh back in December 2015, we wanted to create a neighbourhood, a place where the community felt as equally as home as the workers that came here every day. We hope you enjoyed the tour. So we're here with Clarence Schlocke from GEWA, who has created this magnificent rooftop garden. How are you this morning, Clarence?
I'm good, Will.
It feels like not that long ago that we were talking in the Loco sheds about creating the cultural landscape garden. It's amazing how far we've come to where we are now.
Well, it's been an interesting process too. The beautiful garden that you see behind us, it hasn't been that long, but it's been a long time in the planning, and particularly the fact that it's a community space. There's been a lot of people involved in the process, and the fact that we've got a community building that allows for local community groups, and in particular Aboriginal community groups, to be able to use this space and then by extension learn about the plants and their significance to the local people.
Yeah, and I think that's one thing, this place is so much more than just a rooftop garden.
Yeah, very rarely do you have a rooftop that is accessible to the public. They're all native plants and they're all species that get along well together and have been used by Aboriginal people for thousands of years. So it's a perfect showcase for what can be done with native plants, but what can also be done in bringing back biodiversity and plant ecologies that can really benefit not only the environment, but us as human beings and our mental and physical well-being.
And one of the things which I was always sort of absolutely in awe of was your knowledge in regards to horticulture and how you understood on the various plants that needed to be planted to create that diversity and bring back the native bees and all the right insects. Where did that knowledge, where did it start, and how did you learn so much about horticulture?
Living and growing up on farms. My brother pretty much runs the family farm. My sister's got her own 100-acre organic farm just up the road with her partner. So it's kind of in the blood.
I can see the pride when walking around and seeing the Kyle and Lyle and Joseph and the team. You can see the pride, and I think it's a no-brainer having you guys do the public domain. You think the Aboriginal people have been caring for our landscape for literally thousands and thousands of years. So there's just this knowledge, I think, within you that's been passed down through the generations. One of the things I know you and I have talked about, and I know Mirvac is very keen to support, we'd love to see South Eveleigh become an Indigenous showcase of what can be done with horticulture. We're
so enamoured with our native species that it's a no-brainer that we use native species because they've been growing here for so long. It's very easy to take the easy route and just grow plants that require less maintenance and don't die. But you end up with a very boring plant palette. To be able to reintroduce a lot of the local species, but also native species that have colour, that have different flower shapes, different scents, different pollen amounts, different nectar amounts. It just means that you can bring back more insects, more birds, more lizards, all of the insects that require, well, that feed other animals. So you increase that biodiversity just through an increased plant palette. But the fact that the native species are, just so diverse, just allows us to showcase some of the, what I think are, just some of the most interesting and amazing plants on the planet.
And we actually just came from a chat with Kylie, and one of the great things is, that she was talking about is, with her, food is just not food. It's all about the storytelling and the ingredients and the story behind that ingredients. And I know she's super excited about having the ingredients up here make its way to the eatery. How much interest have you had from chefs like Kylie to want to collaborate with you and in regards to the ingredients that will go into essentially fine dining restaurants all over Australia?
Yeah, the interest keeps increasing. There's been a big push towards using native ingredients. The plants themselves require, they require less water, they require less uptake or upkeep rather, and then but the uptake by chefs has been quite amazing. And a lot of those foods, they kind of class them as superfoods because they have high vitamin contents, they have high, high in antioxidants, all the things that are really good for us, but have not quite been regulars on the plate.
Well, Clarence, it has been lovely chatting to you this morning. I think everyone is extremely excited about what you're doing here, and I know for myself personally, I can't wait to see this precinct evolve in regards to its horticulture and actually realising that vision of turning it into an Indigenous landscape. And I know I'm going to very much look forward to watching you and your team achieve that. So thank you for being with us today. It's been terrific, and I'm sure we'll speak soon.
No worries. Thanks, Will.
I'm here with Kylie Kwong at South Eveleigh. Kylie is South Evelegh's ambassador. It's actually quite a nice story how Kylie came to South Eveleigh. I was having dinner at Billy Kwong's, Kylie's restaurant, and really Kylie, our friendship grew from there, and it became very evident that the values of South Eveleigh and Mirvac were very much aligned with your values.
Cooking for me is not just about putting delicious food on a plate. It goes far deeper than that. It's about being able to connect community with stories, with the people behind the food, and in that way we chefs can become very powerful in our food language. For the last 10 years I've been integrating local native ingredients into my Australian Chinese food to offer an authentic and meaningful version of Australian Chinese cuisine. What I'm going to be doing here is I'll be opening up a little eatery in Locomotive Street. I'll be using the native edible plants from the rooftop garden, and through doing that I'll be able to tell the story of South Eveleigh. But most importantly, it's a way that I, as a chef, can pay and offer my respect and acknowledgement to Australia's First Nations people. South Eveleigh, for me, is all about, collaboration and community. I mean, it sits within this amazing Eveleigh neighbourhood with all of the incredible Aboriginal communities, the amazing community organisations. It's a very rich, diverse and multicultural community, and I really love being a part of that. One of the main aims of my ambassadorship, as I see it, is, as you said, this is not a business park. This is like an extension of the neighbourhood. So for me, it's very much about making those connections and bringing the heart and soul. So all of our neighbours and organisations feel as if South Eveleigh is theirs to use as well. Everyone is welcome here. We want it to be this amazing cultural dynamic hub of community and collaboration.
Thank you. It's been terrific talking to you today, Kylie, and I absolutely have no doubt you're going to be a huge part of the success in making South Eveleigh a collaborative, inclusive and diverse neighbourhood. It's been great talking to you today, and we wish you the very best over the coming years at South Eveleigh. Thank you.